I can't remember exactly who that is, but someone said the quality of your life depends on the question you ask yourself. And if you ask yourself the right questions, you're likely to come back with answers. What's up, traders? Welcome back to Bangkok. What's going on? Today I want to share with you 3 insanely simple trading tips. Things that are simple to think about, but that most people don't apply. So I want to share those with you. I think they're going to make a big difference. And I want to remind you to kind of show up to this video with the mindset of taking things that you can apply to your trading after and seeing results later on. Because you need to apply what you learn. And so I kind of want to share with those because those are things that people might talk about, but most people don't do them. And I've seen a big success once I started doing them. I felt better, I got my result more taken care of, and I'll be able to kind of benefit from other things in life. So if you're at a point right now where you're not satisfied about your trading, I recommend you do these things. So the very first thing, as a trader, it's very easy to get caught up in the day-to-day. So the ups and downs, the trade you lose, the trades you win, what's happening on a daily basis. But we can very easily forget the big picture. And I think that's why looking back at the big picture often is very useful. That means 2 things. That means you look at the big picture in your charts. Like, don't look at the lower time frame, look at the bigger time frame, because that's going to give you a better picture. If you think that price moves too fast on the low time frame, then go up to the other time frame above. And for some people, that could also mean looking at the context of the market, what price does overall, and taking your trade decisions based on that bigger picture. That for me has been huge. I learned this from my first trading coach. But I'll put some videos below explaining how to do this, how to look at the big picture first when you trade, and that can make a big difference. Now the other part to this, which people don't think about, is looking at the big picture in terms of your results. A lot of traders will look at the end result at the end of the day. So, did I make money today or this week? And if no, they're going to be sad. But they forget to see the progression. How far have you gone? And even for me, like doing these videos, I can look at the day-to-day views and how many views I got this week or this month. But that doesn't tell much of your whole progress, how far you've come, what you've accomplished. Because that's going to vary week by week, but you'll see the difference of your effort at the end of a quarter, or maybe a year, or maybe even 2 years, 3 years. And that's what you want to look at on a frequent basis. How far have you come to get to your point where you are now? And most people are growing all the time. They just don't realize it that much. They just don't take the time to stop, go back, see the result, and see how far they've come. So if you can do it, you'll feel better, and that's going to translate to you trading better in the future as well. So that's first. Looking at the big picture on a daily or weekly basis to keep yourself grounded at the right level. Tip number 2 is how you do one thing is how you do everything in your life. And I'll tell you guys, the most unfulfilled way to live is to be really good in one area and not the other ones. So really good in trading, but not having a relationship. Or great relationship, but no money coming in. That's not a good way to live. And if you are cutting corners short in one area, it's usually going to translate in other areas of your life. And that's why doing the right things in all areas is kind of important. And also when you do something in one area, it kind of translates to the other. Where if you do your meditation, you're more likely to do your trading journal. If you do your journal, you're more likely to backtest the right things when you need to backtest. If you backtest the right things, you're more likely to show up for your kids because that's important to you. So the things you do, the habits you take are very important. And you cannot just cut corners and say, oh, today I don't do my journal and I'll do it tomorrow. Because that's going to translate to you saying the same thing in other areas of your life. And I found out it's not about focusing on only one area of your life. It's about doing all these things that will propel you to more success in all the areas. So no matter how busy you are, you should take time to work on the things that energize you, make you a better person. Because those are going to work in one area and you'll feel better for the other areas of your life. And for me, that's been a challenge in the past few years because I've been going more all in one place with trading and the business side of it. But over time, you want to get to a balance of things and making sure that you never cut corners short because that's going to become part of your identity. And becoming a person that doesn't cut corner, always do things right, that is a top-notch identity. That is something powerful. And you will see your result skyrocket when you take things seriously and you do the work to get to those results. It's kind of a simple thing. I hope that makes sense to you and that you'll make an effort to do the right things when you need to do the things. The last tip is, I think, the most powerful one, and I've applied this in many areas of my life, especially in trading. It's going to work really well. I can't remember exactly who that is, but someone said the quality of your life depends on the question you ask yourself. And if you ask yourself the right questions, you're likely to come back with answers, and these answers are powerful. So before you do something, or before you have a thought of doing something in trading, I used to ask myself, would a professional trader do this? If you want to make it more powerful, ask, would X person, so give it a name, that's a person you know, a trader perhaps, would that person do this? And if the answer is no, you better not do it. You better not take that action, because that's going to be wrong. And if you surround yourself with the right people enough, meaning people that you aspire to be like, professional traders or whatever, that could be online or that could be in person. You watch all their interviews online, all their videos, all their content, or listen to everything they say. Then you can start to know kind of what they are like and what they would do. Like, if you're watching these videos for a long time, you probably have an idea of who I am. Maybe it's not a perfect idea of like, everything about myself, and I hope so, and that's fine. But you will kind of know what things I do, how I behave. And that's a good thing about your brain. Now, what you want to ask yourself is, would I, for example, in a trade, do this or do that? Or would I cut my losses short? Or would I try to put a bigger stop loss or move my stop loss? Or would I try to go all in on a trade because I feel like it? And the answer, of course, is going to be no for all the questions. But if you take the time to ask yourself the question, would X person do it? You're less likely to do the wrong things and more likely to do the right things in your trading. And that's going to lead to obviously better results over time. And it's kind of like reading a book with answers that you're looking for. And that's just powerful. So I hope that makes sense. Those are 3 insanely simple trading tips. We'll kind of recap quickly. So first of all, looking at the big picture, really important. How you do one thing is how you do everything, was the second one. And the third one is, ask yourself before you do something, if you have a doubt, would X person or would a professional trader do this? Hope that makes sense, guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you once again. Comment below to your thought. Here are a few comments in the past video. I always appreciate you guys for leaving your comments below. And give a like on that video if you liked it today. I'll catch you back here in Bangkok tomorrow. Ciao.